exciting channel. We're discussing Mandela effects and the like. Thanks for joining me today as we uncover the mysteries of the Mandela effect itself and find out the true meaning of it all. We must discover what is really happening, what is really going on to change these things that we know and hold dear to us. And let us help others discover the meaning of the Mandela effect and how it affects them and the price of milk. Thank you. And be sure to hit the like and subscribe down below. Hey guys, good evening and welcome to my exciting channel. We're discussing Mandela effects and the like. Thank you for joining in. Welcome all Mandela effecting. So how is everybody doing tonight? Everybody doing good, I hope, right?
Doing great. We're here.
Yeah, well, let me get out of full screen here.
I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best with you guys. Yesterday I pretty much slept all day. Huh?
You want to tell them what happened to you, Teresa?
Wednesday, I had to go get 3 teeth pulled, 2 in the bottom and the back, and 1 on the top. They were severely infected and decayed, and it wasn't a very pleasant experience, but she was a very awesome dentist my first time there, and I will definitely go back. I'm scared to death of the dentist, but this dentist, I'll tell you what, made me feel comfortable along with her staff and a lot of members, I found out. But I will definitely go back, and they're across the street from where I live, which even makes it better. So, but I'm feeling better than yesterday. I'm going to try to do the show with you guys, and it's still a little sore, but it's not quite as bad as yesterday. So I am healing. So, but yeah, I'm going to try to stay awake with you guys.
That's good. You sound a lot better because you were.
I slept a lot yesterday. I'm sorry. I slept a lot, and I think the sleeping helped, but I figure a few more days I should be back to myself. It's still sore, though. It feels like somebody punched me. And one of the tooth had to be cut in half. Yeah, like literally they cut it in half because they couldn't get it out in the back. Yeah, they cut it with some kind of instrument. I was like, oh my God, they're sawing it in half.
Well, we're glad to have you back.
Yes, thank you, and I'm glad to be here. I survived a dentist. Scariest thing in the world is for me to go to the dentist. Oh my God, I'm scared to death.
One thing. Listen, that's one thing you'll never forget is having your teeth pulled, will you?
No, but what I liked, like I said, this place made me feel comfortable, and it made me feel welcomed, and I also did a good review on them. Today I did a review and did like on Google. So tell them about my experience to any other customers that want to go there. Very good experience. I give them 5 stars. So
That's definitely good to have a good dentist.
Yes. And it's across the street from me. That's what's even better. Like literally across the street. I can run over there without getting hit across the street, though. So,
well, and that's the thing. Like dentists, when you go to the dentist, you have these X-rays that they have to take, right? These panoramics, and then
they did one side.
Right, they have to do that so they can see where the root of the problem is, I guess.
And they did. I didn't want to get root canals because they were very expensive, Brian. So I had my other choice was to get them pulled. I was in severe pain. It was so infected. It was down in the roots. It was bad. Yeah, I let it go too long. My own fault.
I wanted to let everyone know we have Sandy, Esther, and Teresa in the chat.
Hello.
In our group here. See, we have any words, Sandy, before we start the first effect, because it is kind of related to what Teresa was just talking about, like the facial bone, like that. So we're going to be talking about bones in just a second, okay, and see what kind of changes we have. Any comments? Andy or Esther?
Moon Freedom's in the chat. We're saying hello to Moon Freedom.
Oh, hello, Moon Freedom. Welcome, everyone.
And we have 5 lurkers.
It's okay. Don't be bashful. Post in the chat if you want to post a comment. We're glad to have you. If you're joining for the first time, we do talk about a lot. We have a lot to cover in every show. Typically, our shows are about an hour and a half to 2 hours. So grab up a coffee. Shoot, make me some while you're at it. uh, yeah, yeah. So get ready. We're gonna have a great show. So, any birthdays before we begin, Teresa? Do you have a birthday list for us, real quick, that we run down? Any birthdays?
Can I say something?
Yeah, sure, Sandy.
I want to say happy belated birthday to my nephew Sam. His birthday is December 6th. And on December 20th is my niece Felicia's birthday.
Oh my God, a lot of December birthdays. Yeah, it was a week ago. Was my birthday. Glad that I feel awkward being 41 because it's like that weird. It's like an odd year, and we just lost Teresa.
And we just lost Teresa.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
she
get her
was a
back.
little robot-y at the beginning. Maybe she'll come back.
Okay, but speaking of, we're gonna skip birthdays for now. That's the birthdays that we have for now.
Hey, Fizzy Pop.
Hey, Fizzy Pop, welcome. Good to
I'm
have you.
waving at her even though you can't see me. I forgot. I always have my camera turned on until we, do this. Then I'm like, I forgot. You guys can't see me.
All right, so this is our first one of the evening, I guess. Sandy, you want to read that or?
That's really small.
Okay, here, let me read it. So, please tell me the reason or reasons you remember for this question. Why do people's faces begin to look old? Physical changes in the face, not actions you do like smoking or squinting all the time. Which one? So, is it the physical changes?
No.
What?
I want people to tell me the physical reason why people's faces age. Like what changes on the face that make people look older?
I don't know. I would say like those. What do you call those? The cat wrinkles, or what do you call those things?
Crow's feet.
Crow's feet. Yes, thank you. I don't know why I
So
said
wrinkles.
cat.
So the skin wrinkling is what I'm talking. That's a good example. Skin wrinkling is a good example. I want you to just tell me what you remember learning or hearing. What makes your face age? That's all. And that's an example of what I'm looking for. Skin sagging or wrinkling. So we are getting participation in the chat. Eddie, you already answered last time. So let's see. Lost in Space says wrinkles. Moon Freedom says wrinkles. I'm not going to read Eddie's. Loyalty makes you family says smiling causes wrinkles. That is true. So does frowning, though. Frowning causes more wrinkles.
Well, is that why I have less wrinkles than my family?
Well, these people all look very happy. That guy in the back, his teeth look kind of bad, but everyone else's teeth look great. Yeah. So is this like a dentist commercial right here, or what?
No, I just wanted to show different ages of people. That's
okay. That guy's teeth is bothering me. I'm sorry. Okay. So the next one. So this may be a case of info Sandy never knew, but it's a Mandela body change. I'll let you decide. In Sandy's past, sagging and wrinkling skin were the main culprits, but a couple other factors, including fat loss in the right places, as well as loosening muscles and tendons, were the reason why our faces age as rapidly as they do.
Hmm.
And while those reasons are still the cause of aging in the face, there's another factor, one that Sandy has never heard of. It's called bone resorption, or I guess apparently all of our bones eventually break down and get absorbed by our bodies through the years in a process called resorption.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Look at those eye sockets. They look so wrong, don't they?
And that's what happens. On the left is someone in their 30s, and on the right is someone in their 70s. So you
I
can
don't.
see
Do
the
you
nose.
see?
The nose opening is bigger. The eyes are bigger. The brow bone
Oh
is,
crap!
is
Maybe
the
that's
brow
the
bone
reason why
starts.
you get. Is that why, like, all of a sudden, I get allergies, and I never had allergies before? Like, I don't know. Like
Well,
maybe the
no,
opening in the nose maybe opens up more sinus cavities. Um,
maybe actually that could actually be a reason. I don't know.
I'd have to ask a doctor. Like, I'm not a
Hmm.
doctor or anything.
Yeah.
No,
I don't
things
claim
changing
to
all the
be.
time.
So we're looking at two pictures here. The one on the left is a young female. The one on the right is an older female.
And that
Uh,
streak is just an artifact from the scan. That's not like part of it. It's just an
That's
error
just
in the
a
scan.
strap.
So yeah, ignore the streak. Ignore the streak.
Oh, my mind went really bad there.
but we're not. But we're not, Sandy. We're not. To be honest, we're not looking at the same female.
Oh my God, Esther just made me choke on smoke.
So then, are you okay, Sandy?
Yeah, I'll be fine. My God, let me mute.
I'm not trying to kill you, Sandy.
So our
Good
bones are
Lord.
regenerated in a process called oscillation. But as we age, resorption starts to happen faster than oscillation can replace the absorbed bone. So I guess that's what happens, right? And when the
Yes.
oscillation rate slows too much, we see aging in the face. Our brow and jawbone shrink, becoming less prominent. The eye orbit and the nasal cavity widens. Wow.
So here you can see the arrows in the direction that the bone is resorbed. And the bigger the arrow, the more resorption happens.
Hi, Jeff.
Now, if you had all your teeth pulled, the jawbone would have larger arrows. Those arrows are so here we see with the teeth pulled how it affects the jaw.
Mm-hmm.
The oscillation rate slows down because the teeth aren't there. So bone resorption happens quicker.
Gradual tooth and bone loss. Yeah, this is totally related to what Teresa was talking about. So the effects that this causes are lower cheekbones. The eyes appear more sunken in. Yep, that's me. And the nose appears bigger. The face appears softer, rounder, and lips can flatten and bend inward. So I guess that's how we tell aging now. Is that what it is?
Yeah, well, like I said, it's a combination of your skin wrinkling and sagging, the
Yeah,
muscles and tendons underneath becoming looser,
yeah,
but also your actual face shape changes because I had never been taught that the body absorbs the bone back into into your system. I've never
I
been
think
taught
Teresa's
that.
trying to come in. I see her saying hello in the
yeah.
background.
I can get her back in on the next effect right now. I mean, because we're in the middle of one, but I'll get her back in. So you're saying she's in the backstage?
That's what it looks like on the private
Yep.
chat.
All right, yeah. Let me bring her in. Hold on.
Yeah. While you do that, I'm going to quickly say hello to everyone in the chat. We have Moon Freedom, Fizzy Pop, Eddie Von Keen, Lost in Space, Loyalty Makes You Family, TNT for Life, Jeff Zanzibar, and I think that's everybody. Oh, Fizzy, jowls are sagging skin on the sides of the jaw. Think like a beagle.
Hey, Jeff.
The skin
Hey, Jeff.
flaps.
Hey, Jeff.
And yes, totally a smoke choke, Eddie Von King. Totally.
I like what loyalty makes us or makes you family. Says allergies tend to be a symptom of not being from this current environment or reality. Yeah, I could
Well,
believe
that's
that.
weird. I suffer from allergies sometimes.
Welcome, Robert Humphrey.
I didn't used to have allergies.
Hmm.
I didn't either. I didn't have them until I was about 38,
Oh, wow.
39.
Oh yeah, I didn't have until about 2-3 years ago.
Huh.
And then
So we were on this next slide where we're talking about facelifts and fillers can combat the signs of aging or whatever. Some celebrities are opting for implants to replace bone loss to restore their face.
Wow.
That's weird.
Oh.
So there's a healthy bone and then there's osteoporosis on the right. Can you tell the difference? There's like big gaping wide holes in the bone. Looks more like a sponge, whereas this one looks
SpongeBob.
So this is just you're gonna have me singing the SpongeBob song for crying out loud.
Yeah, I know.
This is different from osteoporosis or osteopenia, which is brittle bones due to lack of nutrients. It is our body, literally eating away at our bones and regenerating them, which is 100% new to me. Is this new for you too?
So again, just to clarify, oscillation is the regrowth of our bones. And
Sandy, is this new research or has this always been like this?
It's always been like this. Always been like this. And attrition is the resorption of our bones into our body, whereas osteoporosis is the bone becoming brittle. It's a totally different process.
Wow. The lady on the top right-hand side, that's crazy.
That's a wild restoration, yeah. So is that? I guess that's what a lot of these actors and actresses are doing.
And rich people, yeah.
Wow.
Just want to mention that Jeff Sanzibar in the chat said, "My Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer Mandela effect with." Are you talking about the one where he switches to German and says?
Yeah. What are we saying there?
It's playing at my grocery store right now. See, they're playing Rudolph the Red, wicked with a D reindeer in the grocery store.
Hey,
oh my Lord,
Brian.
Yeah.
Brian.
Yeah.
While I was in the Dollar Tree today, I found residue for Frosty the Snowman with a red, what do you call it? Scarf. Can I send it to you? I saw it today.
Yeah, sure. Is it something I need to present or?
Oh yeah, I was shocked. I was like, no way. I found it. Yeah.
You know, it's kind of interesting, Sandy, what you're talking about with this Mandela effect. I've often wondered, like the last few years, I've been seeing people like lose weight and all of a sudden they look older. And I'm like, I always remember in my past when people lost weight, they looked younger. And now they look older. Like all the people around me, I've seen them lose like 50 to 70 pounds. And all of a sudden they look 10 to 20 years older. And I'm like, why do you look older? You know,
wait, that makes sense though, because here's the thing. Let me explain something to you.
I'll just send it to you, Brian.
If they're over 30.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, they're both over 30.
If they're over 30, the fat loss, when you lose weight, the first place you lose weight is your face. Mm-hmm. And the fat loss can actually make the skin sag more because it's not propped up by the fat.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess
check it out, guys. I saw this and I'm like, no way. I was in the Dollar Tree and look, what do you see around his neck?
Fizzy scarf.
I was gonna, Sandy.
Fizzy, looky what I found. I know you love it. Look, I was in the Dollar Tree and I'm like, no freaking way. And I snapped a picture of it and I said, I got to show this tonight. Check it out, Fizz.
Sandy, I was going to make the joke that I'm a Sagittarius. Like a Sagittarius, but a Sagittarius.
Sagittarius.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you, Fizz. I thought you would like that.
2.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that. I was like, yes, residue. When you're not even looking.
Frosty the Snowman now so what? They took his scarf away, right?
Yes. And I found it today. Like I said earlier today, when I was walking different stores, I went into a Dollar Tree and I'm like, lo and behold, look at this. And I snapped a shot at it.
I found one where he was wearing a green scarf, and I didn't.
But the red one's the one that Fizzy remembers, and myself and a lot of other people. Right, guys?
Yeah, and also a red and yellow striped one showed up too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the green one. I was like, but I thought it was green. But then I'm also hearing that he doesn't wear a scarf, and I'm like, well, now I'm confused. It's changed too much.
Yeah.
Confusing. I can't keep him straight after a while. I don't want.
Thank you, TMT for life.
If
I'm proud of this residue.
Frosty the Snowman, it would be more like
Yeah.
But I do remember him having a red scarf because growing up, you saw pictures everywhere of Frosty the Snowman. So whether you watch the movie or
I
not,
think Fizzy, Sandy, didn't Fizzy find this Mandela effect, the scarf?
Yes.
Yep. The credit goes to Fizzy. Yay.
Okay.
She found it a while back, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So this one's blowing my mind because.
Yeah, Sandy, you want to do this one since this?
Well,
I think this one's
Brian.
This one's huge.
Brian. This one's blowing my mind because half the people have this in their current reality.
What?
No.
Yeah, I'm not kidding. Yeah, I swear.
No.
It's blowing my mind. I'm like, really? Okay. So, all right, guys. True or false? Up until the late 18th, just true or false? Because there's another question.
Sandy, we can barely hear you. Can you turn up your volume a little bit or speak closer
Brian,
to the mic?
Brian, you have to.
I'm at the max volume.
No, when you click on me, it's at the max volume.
Hang on, let me see what I can do with Google. Hold on.
You click on me and
Hold
then
on.
you can turn my mic.
Yeah, I read that today, Eddie, about the Monkees singer.
I know, me too.
He died. I read about it? He died.
Okay, Sandy, say something.
I am. Mike Nesmith died.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to do a post later on about that in my group.
And recall Vector did a video on it. Who told
he did? Oh, I didn't see that yet. Maybe I'll post it in the group then.
Yeah, I haven't watched the video, but I saw he did one. I was kind of driving. So kind of hard to watch while driving.
Oh, that's sad.
All right. Let's see. So we're on this one here.
So true or false?
Yeah, Eddie Von Keen.
He changed his name again.
He changed his name. It was Vaughn.
I know. He's messing with us.
Said the Monkees singer has died.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard about that. That's wild, right?
Yeah.
Man, that's crazy. Yeah, I'm so sorry for that,
I know. I'll do a post later.
I wish I had my phone on.
Welcome
in the chat.
Welcome, Mandy Ray. You can rewind it. We just covered the whole thing. Unless you meant what Esther was saying. She was saying people look older when they lose weight now. And I was explaining
that's true.
Because when you're older, when you lose fat in your face first, anyone who loses weight, you lose weight in your face first. And it can make you look deflated and make your skin more wrinkly because there's no fat propping up the skin.
Yeah, which, I mean, I understand that, but I remember when I was growing up having a lot of adults around me, because my dad was in the company Herbalife, and having a lot of people in that company watch them lose weight, and they didn't look older when they lost weight. They looked younger and more youthful.
Well, some people, when they lose weight, look great. And then other people, when they lose weight, they don't look so great. They look, the only word I can think of is deflated. Like it's like they were always meant to be heavier. Do you know what I'm saying? Like there's some people that just don't look right. I can't even describe. If I could think of somebody as an example, I'll let you know.
Sandy?
But what?
I have a feeling it's something about how you lose weight.
I had a friend in Florida. She used to, she's a hairstylist. She used to be bigger than me. and she lost a lot of weight. And I saw a picture of her, and she looks really old from losing all this weight. I was like, oh my God.
I don't know if it's maybe if you were like born like chubby and then you finally kind of like, you've been overweight your whole life and you finally find a way to lose weight.
Yeah.
And then at that point, maybe
Mhm.
because it's part of your DNA to be overweight and you finally broke
Yeah,
that
that's
code.
true.
And maybe that's why those people look a little bit, because the other women that I knew one of the ladies was pretty much, she wasn't like super overweight her whole life, but she always
Mhm.
had like a baby chubbiness to her face. Like even when she
Mhm.
was skinny, she still had a baby chubbiness. And now she looks older after she
Oh
lost.
wow.
So maybe that's has something to do with it. I mean, I've always had like a round face, but my face would used to be thin. So I'm like, I want to lose like a little bit more weight and I don't want to look older, but I'm also trying to do it in a healthy way so I'm not losing bone mass and things like that, because I know that that is a contributor to looking older just overall because of your, like, you're more feeble and osteoporosis and all of that. So I just know that that's when you lose weight, you want to do it the healthiest way possible, whether
Well,
that makes you look older or not. Still, just
you got to
it's
be
just
careful.
the
You got to be
best.
careful too with your heart. You don't want, you know, since the heart has shifted, it's in a different
Yeah,
position. You got to be careful. Uh,
yeah. I'll be doing
you don't
changes.
want to do intense runs like, especially right away when you're just trying to get yourself conditioned.
Who
Uh,
wants to run? I want to walk without
I
pain.
run. Hey,
Run.
listen, I run to chase after my 2-year-old. That's when I run.
I only run when I'm late for work,
That's funny.
and that's about 10 feet to my car. But
All
now it's
right, we're gonna
So
move on though, because we have like we have 6 new ones on top of all the old ones. We got a
Oh
lot
my
here
God.
tonight, guys.
yeah.
All right, guys. Up until the late 1800s, there were 27 letters in the American alphabet. True or false? Just a true or false, because there's a question after for the people that say true, and then you can answer, Eddie. True or false? Up until the late 1800s, there were 27 letters in the American alphabet. I can't believe so many people. This is their current reality. I can't. I can't. Ugh.
so how
So
many?
I don't know how many yet, but I'm going to say while I'm waiting for answers, welcome to Mandy Ray and the Sagittarius Armed Society and Captain Kirk
Hey,
and
Mandy Mal.
Mandanimal.
Mandani Mal's here. We have Captain Kirk. Hey, Captain Kirk.
Hi, Pockets just popped in.
Hi, Pockets. Welcome.
I
So
feel
we
like
have
this one we've talked about before.
I did talk about it on Mandela Monday, which was on Wednesday, and I talked about it last night on Curious's channel. We may have talked about it. No, I don't think so. I think I first presented it on Mandela Monday. I probably showed it to you ahead of time, Esther.
Yeah, I'm like, I feel like I've seen it before because I haven't watched either one of the Mandela Monday or the Crystal's show since unfortunately I've been so busy with everything. Um, so I do want to watch that show. I just haven't gotten around to watching it yet. As you guys know how busy my life is right now.
Mandy,
So
what makes
I just want to mention in the chat, this is not Old English. I'm talking about American, not English, American.
right? Well, Mandy says, well, I know why I want. She says the alphabet thing is wild, yes, but what I want to know is why hundreds of Old English texts are changing. It seems like the King James is the most Mandela affected Bible, like out of all of them,
Yep.
out of all the translations, and it is considered Old English, or what I like to call it vernacular English, but or British English.
I'm wondering if it's not just the King James, if the other ones as well, because I mean, for me, like I only know the King James. I don't know any other versions. So it's like, unless we have somebody who's like really well versed in the NIV or ESV or NSFE or New American Standard Bible, all of those, like, if we had somebody that was more well versed in those specific other translations, we probably would find the Mandela effects in those too. But I just don't know any. I don't read any other. My new pastor reads from,
Well,
I think it's New English Standard Version. I think is the one that he uses. So I do get to hear a different version.
that's good.
But
I mean, I have the NIV. It's a Quest Study Bible. I really wish they made a Quest Study Bible for King James. I don't think they do though, or even the New King James. I'd settle for that.
yeah,
So, so
Welcome,
can we move
Michael.
on, Sandy?
Yep, welcome, Michael Fontaine. And Leo Getz, welcome.
What
All
letter
right,
was
so,
removed? I want to know what letter was removed.
well, we're asking the chat first because Eddie knows. True. For those that said true, please tell me which letter was removed.
Yeah, I want to know. People who said true, I want to know what was the letter that was removed.
yeah, I have no idea.
Guys, can we please stop fighting in chat?
My button doesn't work very well to go up and down on the chat. So
Now, Fizzy.
it's not. Yes, it's not working for me.
Any letter? Was it that? Okay.
Eddie, where's your answer? Hey,
Sagittarius says
Freddie.
LL. I guess in Spanish that's AA, right? AA.
Mm-hmm.
I
And then
see
we have
N.
a
No, it's
Enye.
no. L is like a Y. LL is like a Y
Was
too.
the letter CH?
Like Amarillo.
CH is a letter in Spanish.
Yeah, we're talking about the American alphabet.
I have no idea. I keep thinking it's like a Q thing, but I don't know.
Is it pi?
No, Eddie, did you shift? I'm freaking out right now. Eddie
Eddie's
knew the
joking.
answer last night. He's messing with us. He's
Okay.
messing with us.
Well, it looks like we're not really split in this crowd. It looks like a lot of us don't remember the 27th letter that was removed.
Okay, well, we can go on then.
Okay. All right. So it was.
So
What
I'm
was
going
it?
to make you wait
Direct?
for it. I'm going to make you wait for it. I'm giving you some background first. So, I have always known about old letters being in the alphabet and then being removed later on, like that's symbols for the long S or the AE or ASH, which were used mostly in colonial through late 18th century texts. So this is the long S and the ASH, and then I'm going to give you examples of it if you go to the next slide.
So what was the letter?
Have a good night, Captain Kirk. Thanks for stopping in. The long S. I'm going to give you an example. Let's go to the next slide. So, for example, in government texts here in Philadelphia, Congress of the United States of America, you would use the long S for Congress. See what I'm saying? It was used a lot. So that circled word is some. The highlights are situation, helpless, struggle, stork, sire, constant, storks. They would use this F looking thing as like two S's.
Are you telling me the Congress of the United States in one of their documents they wrote it like that?
They did.
What document?
Because that's what they used back then, yes.
What document is that? Sandy, what
about
document?
The Declaration of Independence, or that's probably the
Was it the Bill of Rights?
The Bill of Rights. Yeah, my brain's not working right now.
All right.
You can go on. Okay, so the
Okay.
letter that was actually removed, the 27th letter of the alphabet, was the ampersand.
No.
I have never heard or learned that. Officially, the ampersand was the 27th letter of our alphabet for centuries. And I don't remember that. Eddie is just throwing symbols in the chat now.
Aquaman.
But also, if you look at the ampersand, doesn't that look wrong? Like it has a little teardrop thing on the.
Oh,
on the
that's
right
just a
side.
that's just a font. That's just a font.
Oh, it's the font style.
Yeah, it's a font style. Welcome, Philo.
But I love saying the word ampersand.
Well, we're gonna get into that too. Welcome, Paula Norris.
I like saying that word. Okay.
All right, so children would even sing the end of the alphabet song as WXYZ and per se and, which evolved into ampersand. Have you ever heard of this? It was actually part of the ABC song. And per se and.
No. There's no way.
No,
I don't think it is, Eddie. Does anyone in the chat know if ampersand is in alphabet soup? I don't think so. I don't remember. It's been decades since I've eaten it. But here we go. This is the Dixie Primer for little folks, 1863. You can see the ampersand in the alphabet, and that's just bizarre to me. Welcome, Oiler Greg. Welcome, Maddie.
Oh, yeah,
welcome, John Nada. Everybody's sneaking in.
What Eddie was saying, it's YX or WXY and Z.
They're following Fizzy Pop.
When they're
WXY and no, that's just what we sing. That was
but
we sing that now with 26 letters.
I mean, we kind of sing that but it's not considered a letter. It's just
it's there in the alphabet song.
Unless they're subconsciously trying to tell us, like, hey, this used to be here, but we just put it in a different place and we're no longer calling it a letter.
Maybe. But I have not. That doesn't mean it's automatically a change to our history, but it could be. So I'm curious what you guys remember. I do not ever remember seeing this. Again, I'm in the birthplace of America. I've seen the long S. I had classes on this as graphic design. I was never taught that the ampersand was part of our alphabet ever.
Me neither, Sandy. And it's kind of like that little subtle remove of the one of the bars on the dollar sign. It's just very subtle.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is more than subtle to me. A whole extra, a symbol. I mean, granted, we're going to get into what the symbol is, but it's an extra letter. Like my great grandparents, if you asked them how many letters in the alphabet, they would have said 27. That's crazy.
I had no idea the ampersand was the 27th letter.
Yeah, it kind of looks like an E. Like a cursive E.
Well, that's the point. We're going to get to that in a minute. So I'm still waiting for that. Okay, so this is just a little side note. It's just dumb. We already had a letter removed from the alphabet that stood for TH, and it was called Thorn. An Aussie chef invents a new letter of the alphabet for TH, for the. And he literally invented something that already existed and was removed. I just thought it was funny. Like, how do you? I don't know. You would think that if you're inventing a letter, that you'd actually research, see if it already existed. He spent thousands of dollars on this, guys. I think he spent like $30,000 on developing this letter, and that's just insane to me. You'd spend so much money on something without even looking to see if it existed before. So is this a Mandela? I don't know. I don't know. But go on, Brian. Explain more with the letter being removed. So thorn originally was this line with a P, which kind of looks like, if you think about it, like a rose stem with a thorn. I guess that's where they get thorn from. But thorn stood for the. And it evolved into a Y with like an E, like the, like to the second power. I don't know what that's called. But when you see ye old London, like, or ye old pub or whatever, it actually is the old pub, because the YE was thorn for the. Does that make sense? I think it's too. So when we say ye old pub, we're wrong. It's just the old pub.
Oh. All these years of mispronouncing words.
Mm-hmm. This is where it goes on, where I'm explaining. I think this is where it shows how much money he spent. They're saying it won't take off. No, it doesn't say how much he spent there.
Did you see Philify theory?
Oh yeah, OG, I forgot some S's there. Is that what you're saying?
Philly.
I like
What?
the at symbol.
This is Philly.
I really do like the at symbol.
The at symbol?
Yeah. Could you imagine having to write the word AT every time before your domain, like Gmail or whatever, at?
Or like when I have to type everybody's name letter by letter if I'm saying hi to them in the chat, and I have to write at beforehand.
Yeah, if you write at, it's like a trigger. Like,
Good night, Fizzy Pop.
Night, Fizz. Thanks for
Good night, Fizzy. Get some rest, girl.
night, Fizzy.
Night, Fizz.
Welcome
If
to
there's
Mara's journey home.
anybody in the Midwest to the east right now is probably experiencing the winter storm, the huge cold front that's coming through. Really pray for everyone. Okay, we make it out okay. With the weather. So I'm praying for you guys.
Brian, you should show a picture. Brian.
John Matt is leaving too. Good night, John.
Good night, John Otter. Brian, you should show a picture where it's affecting in the United States.
What you mean, the weather map?
Yeah, you should show where it's affecting for people. It would be nice to show people where it's going to be affecting on the map. I just thought it was a thought. You can bring a map up and show it. That would be cool.
And I'm getting the opposite. We're getting thunderstorms and almost 70 degrees tomorrow.
Oh, we just got really cold air tonight. Like really cold. Actually, what is the temperature right now? Let's see.
My computer says.
Guys, remember, I'm in the desert, so for me, anything below 40 is cold, or 50. Let's see what it says. Weather.
Degrees, the
panel.
It's 40, guys. It's 41 degrees for me. That's cold.
Brian's in Alabama. Teresa's in Las Vegas. In Philly, and Esther is in New Hampshire.
We're all over the place.
I'm trying to find a Doppler radar.
Ryan, just Google Doppler radar.
Oh, here, I'll just get a picture from WeatherBug. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
It literally take me a second. Give me 1 second.
Sandy's the weather lady. Don't you know that? All the weather Mandela effects. Right, Sandy?
Well, no, I'm not the weather lady. I just tend to find stuff that I've never seen before in the weather.
I know. That's why I'm calling you the weather lady.
Okay.
Oh, I was gonna upload some pictures of some weird clouds I saw today. I was baffled while I was driving
Send
along.
them over.
I saw
Send
this
them
really
directly to me.
weird
Um,
black thin cloud all the way across the sky, and I was like, I thought maybe it was an airplane or something that
Oh,
wanted to
wow.
fall, but it was the weirdest thing. It was like really, really. Then
Did
it
you
was
take a
like,
picture of it, Esther?
oh yeah,
Send
I
it to
forgot.
Brian or Sandy.
No, I'm not near my phone right now, or I'd send it to you
Oh.
guys.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Sorry.
yeah. So yeah, it's a developing system, moving off to the east pretty quickly.
oh wow.
Yeah, your picture is pretty accurate for now. They just present. Yeah, just pray. Keep everyone in your prayers who lives on the East Coast right now and
Yeah.
Midwest. Yeah, see.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Where's that chunk of weather right there? That big, right up there.
And these guys here are getting pounded with snow. If
Minneapolis?
you're in the
Wow.
Minneapolis area, you're probably hunkered down too.
Esther, where are you at on this map?
I'm New Hampshire, so I'm way
He's over
up
here.
on the
Oh.
But
I'm
what's
away
weird
from
is Sandy was telling me their temperatures today, where she lives, have been in the 70s or something
No,
like
it's
that. Right?
tomorrow.
Sandy's,
Tomorrow.
yeah,
Wow.
you're gonna be in the 70s, while we'll probably drop down to the 20s here.
This is on 29 degrees right now, so
Let's see what we're going to be.
Right now, it's 46.
Oh, it's colder here than you, Sandy.
We're rising. That's why. Hourly, by 6 a.m. we're at 50 degrees.
Wow. By 6 a.m. for me, it's going to be 32 degrees.
Okay, guys, this is a Mandela effect show, not a weather show.
Well, we are talking about atmospheric changes, and that's the next topic.
Sandy is the weather girl.
Here we go.
You'd think that this was impossible, but there's a few more atmospheric changes that Sandy's never heard of or seen before. So,
Welcome, Brian's mom. Hi, Anita.
Hi, Anita. Anita came just for you, Brian.
Hi, Mom. Welcome.
So previously in the ME community, I covered rainbow contrails, which I'd never seen before way back when. And while the colors may seem too bright and colorful and vivid, they really are that way. We have video of it. It's really that bright and colorful. Well, now sound barrier breaking vapor cones can be rainbow too. Here's some pictures of them, either on planes or rockets. They've been given the name plane bows.
Whoa.
I don't know.
Weird looking.
That's what they're calling them now.
Wow.
Plain bows.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Another effect that some have always known about and others only witnessed after the Mandela effect is rainbow rings around the moon and the sun. So the picture here I have seen before, where it's a far away ring, it's far from the source, and it's small and faint. That's okay. I'm not talking about those. Okay? It's the intensity of the color and the size of the rings and the proximity to the sun and the moon that I have a problem with. That's a change for me. What were you gonna say, Brian?
No, I was going to say, when you see rings around the moon, that means there's moisture in the air, like possibly snow. I know up north, like when I used to see rings around the moon, you would know snow was coming.
Right.
Oh, wow.
But wait until you see these rings. Welcome, Skook, Strange World.
You heard that too, Sandy?
Yeah. Oh no, I used to see them, but not like this.
No, not like rainbows. No,
No.
Never like that.
And never around the sun. Never.
Well.
So do you guys remember them looking like this? Some of these are confirmed to be actual, not enhanced photographs, while others claim to be not enhanced.
Yeah, that's the
So I
thing.
was
When you
able to
have,
confirm some, and some I was not able to confirm.
well, Photoshop is great. Okay, it's a great tool, but it can be used to spoof the real information.
Of the
And
photos here, Brian, the small ones are confirmed. The one on the
okay,
left is unconfirmed.
okay.
Yeah, that's
How do you know that? Because it said it was confirmed.
No, I mean like they were shown on official sources like New
Oh,
York
okay.
Post and CNN and things like that. I mean, well, CNN, take that with a grain of salt,
And then
but
you also have the limitation of the camera because sometimes like people were taking pictures of the sun and you'd see these rainbow colored or these little looks like little planets around the sun that are not really planets, you know what I mean? But it's just the effect of the camera. Sometimes your cameras are limited, but this
but
is probably real right here. This is real.
and this is wrong. I don't remember it like this. It was not this intense. The bands were not this thick. There wasn't this much color.
I still think it's odd to me how the sun and the moon look like the exact same size. Like when you look at them in the night sky and then you look at the sun, like behind a cloud, the sun looks the exact same size as the moon, doesn't it?
almost. They're
I
pretty
mean, pretty
close to the
close.
same size. I know, especially when they have the super
The
moon. I feel
eclipses,
like the moon's bigger when it's a super moon.
Okay,
right?
so
Right.
I have to say something here. Teresa sent me a post in the group because I have been working on this for more than a week. Matthew Reed posted
What?
in Teresa's group. We didn't have any shows last week. All the shows were canceled. And because the shows were canceled, I didn't get to present this folder. And as I was making this, Teresa's showing me Matthew Reed's post, which he mentioned one of the things that I'm going to be showing you. And he wrote, I don't remember rainbows being vertical. So I wrote vertical down. It's supposed to be horizontal. I wrote what I was reading. So sorry about that. So this should say, Curious and Curiouser covered horizontal rainbows and a while back, but they were always horizontally in the sky, not vertically. Ignore that. But there are vertical rainbows. I covered that a few weeks ago. They're straight up and down. And Dan saw one recently. He talked about it on Mandela Monday. But we're talking about horizontal here. I was always taught that rainbows were only visible at a 42-degree angle, but now they can be visible at nearly any angle, which is a change for me that led to what's coming up. Now, the angle thing, they always say, like, when you see a rainbow, only you see it that way because it's where you are standing compared to where the sun and the raindrops are, the water vapor, whatever it is, that makes the rainbow in front of you. So someone standing like a little bit next to you might see the rainbow a little bit differently because of the different angle, but
Yeah,
not like this.
that's so
So
weird.
it,
And there's no pot of gold. I hate to burst everyone's bubbles. There's no pot of gold at the end of every rainbow.
yeah,
It's
because
just saying.
some
What?
people, someone in the Mandela effect community pointed out that they now end. They were all they. I covered this too. They were always circular in my past, even though I've never seen it circular, but I was taught that it was. But now you can find the end of rainbows and cars drive through them, and
No.
yeah, it's crazy. But that's not what we're getting at. We're getting at the next slide, Brian. Now, this is my name for them. Lazy rainbows. Never existed in my past. Traditional rainbows literally laying on the ground at ground level, like on the ground. No, that was never a thing. I have never seen this before. This is insane. Have you guys ever
Lazy
seen a
rainbows.
rainbow laying on the ground?
I see you put a trademark next to that.
Yes, I'm trademarking it. It's lazy rainbows. Just like Manscuse. I've now trademarked lazy rainbows. They just fallen and they can't get up. They're down. I've never seen this before. This is new to me. This is new for you guys. It's beautiful, but I've never seen this. So there's 4 images here. The top image, it's laying on the ground. The second image, it's laying on the ground, but you're closer in angle, so it looks like the sky is rainbow all the way to the ground. The third one is laying on the water. And the fourth one is another one where it's, because of the angle, the whole sky is rainbow with it touching the ground. Life
That would
alert
be
rainbow.
cute.
That's a good one, Philo. Very good. Claps.
Sorry, I just wanted to finish that one. Because what happened was, an officer, Nolan, got attacked in his house. He threw the guy through the window.
Yeah, I
You know,
I've watched the episode. I'm on.
I wanted to get through it to see what would happen.
Sorry, my son came out and started talking. Yeah, I would love to be able to see that.
Not colored fog. This is an actual rainbow, not fog.
I feel like, if we can't get the Northern Lights, I guess this is just something that we're going to be able to get next.
I hope so. It's pretty.
I've never seen anything like that. That's
Yeah,
really
me neither.
awesome.
That's wild. So just flat rainbows. That's no.
I have to ask some friends who are outside all the time and hike up mountains and everything, and they're like, "Have you ever seen these?" Of course, if I call them lazy rainbows, he won't know what I'm talking about.
I like your
Horizontal.
horizontal rainbows. When you said horizontal rainbows at first, I thought you were talking about the semicircle, typical rainbows that we see today.
No, that would be an arched normal rain. It's the normal rainbow.
What's it called? Ice blink. And the next change or
Oh, yeah.
optical illusion is called ice blink, and it's when
Yes.
large sheets of ice over water or land, but usually over water, and always in the Arctic and Antarctic zones.
Mm-hmm.
So what is it?
So the glowing in the sky is ice blink. Light reflects off of the ice back to the sky as light, creating a bright glow on the horizon. I've never heard of ice blink before.
Wow. You know what that reminds me of? Like when you can always tell when there's a tornado or actually hail. You can tell if there's hail in the distance. Usually you'll see green. The clouds will be green because the ice falling from the sky reflects from the grass. So the green grass reflects through the drops or the pellets of ice back to the cloud.
That sounds like a Manscuse. I've never heard that explanation before.
You ever heard of green clouds?
I've heard of the green clouds. I've never heard of the reason
show a
for the
picture
green
of 'em.
clouds.
Yeah, I've
No,
never heard
I
of.
know what they look like. I
That's
never heard a reason for them before.
Yeah, I
David
never
always
have
said
either.
he doesn't know why it happens too.
Well,
And he's
that's
in Texas.
usually typically it's from hail. Like that's how you tell.
Okay, so not to be confused with fog bows. Ice blink light can also create ice blink rainbows. So the light that's bouncing off of the sheet of ice, when it's bouncing back to the sky, if it catches the ice droplets in the sky, like ice crystals in the atmosphere, it can create an ice blink rainbow. And one of the biggest ways to tell the difference between a fog bow and an ice blink rainbow is one, there's not always, but usually a lack of fog. But two, ice blink rainbows, more often than not, have very pale color in them, as opposed to being just plain white like a fog bow. And they're more defined. A fog bow is usually more fuzzier on the edges, whereas an ice blink rainbow is more like a rainbow.
I've never seen that.
One's a little bit more HD than the other, high def. One's blurry.
Yeah.
All right. That looks like that's the end of that folder.
That is.
All right.
Well, do you know why we have a purple or pink sky?
Well, I've always see, that's the thing for me. That they've always been there. Like my stepdad's father, my step grandfather, had a boat, and ever since I was a kid, on his boat, he had a little thing hanging up. Pink skies in morning, sailors take warning. Pink skies at night, sailors delight. I've always known about pink skies,
Yeah.
and it's true. If there's a pink sky in the morning, there's rain or snow coming. If there's a pink sky at night, we're having a nice day the next day.
Sandy,
Every time, without
Have you
fail.
seen a purple sky?
what?
Not as often as pink, and that's new for me, but I have seen purple. It's weird.
Guys, Sandy,
Yeah.
this morning when I woke up, I went outside waiting for my ride, and it was purple and pink combined. What do you call that?
I mean, my assumption would be just like a rainbow, the light reflecting off the particles, making the sky look that color.
Wow,
But
it was really pretty. I
have
should
no
have taken a
idea.
picture of it.
Purple,
I
if
should-
you have purple or pink in the skies, it's supposed to be something about salt in the air comes up and it cools fast and quick, and the way it's evaporating within the salts in the air and things like that, and that's where it creates a purple. Or because lately we've been where I live, a lot of purple skies in the fall.
They're very pretty though.
Oh, it's just like wow, it's like purple, like
I
deep
know.
purple.
Crazy.
And they're really cool.
See, now that would make sense to me. Like I said, I grew up with pink skies. Like I've seen them. But I also live on a river near the ocean, so that fits. I just never knew that. That's new to me.
Yeah, it's something about the way it cools and evaporates, and I think they said something about evaporates too quickly and therefore it changes color. And it's the
All right.
salts and stuff like that in the air. I thought that was pretty interesting.
It is. I need to give a warning that some people may. Teresa, you may want to look away. This could hurt you to watch this one.
I already got my teeth pulled.
I know that, but this hurt some people showing it on Mandela Monday and last night. They just couldn't stand to look at it. It hurt them just to look at it.
Oh, you're talking about that it's being flat?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I'll turn my phone upside down. Okay, here we go.
Okay. So trigger warning, just in case. I can't say this is a change for sure, but I have no memory of teeth wearing down like this.
What do you mean? Where are they wearing?
Well, that's what the 3 dots are, Brian. It means to flip to the next slide. It looks extremely painful, and you would think the president would have the condition fixed, but he's the reason I first noticed this. And I can see it here in the image, but it's much easier to see on the next slide. Go to the next slide.
Which president is this?
That's Biden.
Oh, okay. It's hard to tell. It looks like it could be Trump,
It's
too.
not Obama.
No, it looks like it could, I'm serious. It looks like it could be Trump, too.
I think it could be Obama.
What the heck?
Yeah, what the heck, right. So it's called attrition, and it looks like the teeth, like literally have been sand flat, like sanded, straight down flat. And it looks like they have rings like a tree because that's the pulp of the tooth that you're seeing. And I don't remember teeth being able to do that.
Me neither.
Why is it so flat? Why are the teeth evenly flat? And how are they not screaming in pain? Like, I don't understand.
I know. I could just feel their pain right now, like eating an ice cream cone.
And now that you've seen this picture, can you go back to the picture of Biden? Can you zoom in on his teeth?
Hey, you can definitely see it on the.
Can you see the two teeth right there with the holes?
Yeah.
The back teeth, they're flat with the holes at the bottom. He definitely has it. I saw another picture where you could see.
Oh, Sandy just.
I think we
Oh,
lost Sandy.
Yeah, that's wow.
It's a glitch with the her AirPods.
She'll be right back, guys.
Yeah,
She'll be right back.
That's right. I
Hold
forgot
tight.
about that.
It's StreamYard glitch.
I mean, I grind my teeth, but man, like if it ever got
Yeah.
close to that,
It's freaky.
There we
There
go.
she is. You're back.
Yeah. Yes, I
Back.
am.
I mean, I've had to.
Welcome,
wear,
Billy
clothes
Graham Bram.
on.
Did I miss anybody? Did anybody else? Oh, Crypto. Welcome, Crypto. I'm seeing if I missed
Seeing it
anybody.
welcome,
three times this
everyone.
week.
We were on the subject of teeth, so
Okay, so
Good night.
the condition can happen with age, but it is more common in those who grind their teeth. Now, we discussed this on Mandela Monday and last night. Grinding your teeth, I've always believed, would cause breakage, like your teeth actually crack and chip, not to wear down flat and evenly. Like, that's weird, right?
I'm gonna have to ask my dentist about this now.
Yeah, I mean, I
Have
knew
you guys
you
ever heard of
can
this?
grind your teeth and stuff, but I didn't know it could go to that point. Because yeah, you would imagine you'd hit like nerves and stuff. I know I've grind my teeth so much when I sleep when I was under a lot of stress, where my jaw would hurt and like it would lock up, kind of almost like it hurts so bad, like, and I had to take pain meds for it because of I was clenching my jaw while I was sleeping, so I had to wear a night guard. But typically, if I don't have so much stress, I don't usually. But yeah, like if it looked like that, I would be like getting them fixed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't understand how, if you're grinding your teeth, that they're going to grind perfectly flat and even. Like, that's weird. And how they don't crack and chip and break off if you're grinding them that much that they flatten like that. And you expose the root of the tooth. But this is 100% new for me. I don't have any memory of this happening. I've known plenty of elderly people with their teeth. I've never seen this before.
Yeah, that is weird.
Interesting.
Especially how they're showing only the bottom teeth and not the top teeth getting worn too.
Yeah,
That's
really
a great
weird.
find, Sandy.
Sandy finds the weirdest stuff.
And I found it because I saw Biden's teeth.
I have to ask the chat. Okay, this is another health thing, but it's a Chinese herb. It's called ginkgo biloba. I want everyone in the chat to spell it, or at least see if you remember. How do you spell ginkgo biloba?
Brian, pull up the graphic.
I'm going to pull up the graphic.
Okay.
G-I-N. Let's see.
All right, guys. Spell.
Okay.
You're all you need to spell is ginkgo. Eddie says Geico.
It could save you 15% insurance.
So Jeff Zanzibar says Ginko. Your mom says Ginkgo. Mandanimal says Ginko. Skook's Strange World says Ginko. Philo says no G. Skook had a tree. I remembers Ginko. Maddie remembers Ginko.
I think it's unanimous.
And well, no, it's not unanimous. Your mom came in with a G. And
Wonder
Eye
where
Pockets
that's on
remembers
without.
G.
So we have a few G's.
Couple G's.
I like the Geico one.
I'm gonna call you Marissa if that's okay, Skook. I will call you Marissa because Skook is hard for me to say for some reason. So Marissa.
Okay, so Jeff Zanzibar says he saw it every day. Where's Jeff's comment
That was
here?
one with 2 Ks.
Jeff is no G.
Jeff
Boiling
has no
Frogs,
G.
welcome. And Boiling Frogs remembers it, Brian, as Ginkko.
Hello, Ginkgo.
Wow. Supposed to help with your blood flow. That's what I
And
hear.
Philo says use with caution, it thins your blood. Just like ibuprofen.
Yeah, ibuprofen. What about aspirin? Or is it aspirin? How you spell it?
Okay, we should rephrase. We should rephrase. Non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, NSAIDs, thin your blood. Aspirin, ibuprofen, naproxen, naproxen.
Thank you, Sandy.
You're welcome, Teresa.
I took my 2 Tylenols.
So, good. Go ahead, Brian.
I don't think Tylenol does that.
Sandy,
No,
you read
Brian, I need a break from reading. You read, Brian.
it.
Or Esther or Teresa read. Someone else, please.
I'll read it. I remember it being
Do you want me to
spelled
read?
Ginkgo, Ginko, and the residue will show that he's not the only one in the memory. However, the spelling in this reality has always been Ginkgo. It just looks off to me. It looks really, really off. But
Marissa. Wait, hold on for 1 second. Marissa says Tylenol is not an NSAID. Exactly. Marissa, Teresa just had 3 teeth pulled 2 days ago. And I told her, don't take Advil. She had ibuprofen. Like, don't take it because you want the bleeding to stop. So she's saying she just took 2 Tylenol.
Yeah, because I was told by the pharmacist, and Sandy told me, do not take ibuprofen because your gums will bleed, and I have to be careful taking Tylenol, which is fine, right, Sandy?
Yeah, well, you gotta be careful
For
with
pain.
Tylenol too, not too much. No more than
No,
2,000
I just took
milligrams a
regular
day.
Tylenol, the kind that's the release kind.
Okay.
The regular ones, 500 milligrams. I took 2 of them.
500. That's
Okay,
a
that's
good
half your daily dosage.
It said you could
No more
take
than
2.
2,000 milligrams. No,
No,
listen,
I
I
took.
said that's right. I understand that. I'm saying you can only take 2 more in a 24-hour period.
Oh no, I'm not going to take any more tonight.
Okay.
Oh man! So the proof that the Ginkgo biloba doesn't work, that I forget to take them, is what it says there in the meme. And it's funny how the person writing the meme spells it Ginko, and in the picture it shows Ginkgo. That's weird. And then the one on the right, that's similar to one on the left, buys ginkgo biloba pills to improve memory and forgets to take them. When you buy some ginkgo biloba, Ginko, yep. So there you go. That's
Welcome, Valley. I just explained. We know.
Did you see Jeff Zanbar? I just saved a bunch of money on vitamins by switching to Ginkgo.
That's great. Make it a meme. Come on, make it a meme for real.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Grow ginkgo biloba seeds. There's some like big companies here that are spelling it wrong. Look at that. And it's funny how it mentions the tinnitus. You know, a lot of people say in the Mandela effect world, a lot of people are having tinnitus or ears ringing.
Tinnitus?
Tinnitus, yeah.
Tinnitus,
That's
yeah.
ear ringing.
I thought the ears ringing means that we're shifting, guys. That's what I was taught a while back.
I think so too, but it's more like a buzzy ring.
It's
Maybe-
annoying.
High
I do.
pitch.
So this is the same. I need to explain this graphic. This is the same thing. On the right is the graphic like online. On the left is it actually on the shelf, and on the bottom is the bottle that's inside the box. All of it has ginkgo with a K.
Wow.
Great residue, guys. Did you find all those, Sandy?
I did, Teresa.
Wow.
Maybe
Awesome.
it's one of those words that has multiple, like, maybe it's accepted both ways.
No.
I don't know.
Nope, I looked it up. It's not accepted both ways.
So there's an Amazon company, Nature's Bounty, I guess, or selling on Amazon, and they're spelling it wrong. And the title, Ginkgo biloba, Ginko. Different sources here. Yeah, it's weird. Definitely weird. Ginkgo. There's even a restaurant named after Ginkgo biloba with a K.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Sandy. You found so much. Oh my goodness.
I know. There's so much.
It's got so much free time.
Look at that spell
No,
on the
Teresa, it
box.
took me about 10 minutes.
Huh?
You got, what about 10 minutes?
I put no. I said it took me about 10 minutes to find all of these. It's everywhere.
I don't know how you did it, Sandy.
No, on the graphic here, I said, why not call it Ginkgo Vital? Like, why did they call it Ginkgo Vital instead of Ginkgo, like with the go? Why did they take the G out in the title?
I don't know. That's one of those really weird things there where you have the title's different than what's actually in the content. What should we call that, Sandy? You like to give things titles, so what do we call that? In when it's like an incongruency or some inconsistency in the residue.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's inconsistent. It makes you wonder. That's all. It's just, it is what it is. There's a comet coming on Monday. Michael Fontaine says a comet is coming on Monday.
There's supposed to be some kind of comet entering our solar system that's supposed to be like Earth orbit or something.
Interesting.
I decided to not.
We'll probably have like mostly cloudy skies, and we won't see anything because we're in a city. So.
Yeah, the last time we had a huge meteor shower, couldn't see anything. It was raining. So, and the last, I think it was eclipse or something like that. It also, once again, was it the Northern Lights or something like that we were supposed to have in New Hampshire here? Could not see any of it. It was literally like raining the whole time. So it's like,
you know what a word? You know what word reminds me of New Hampshire? Worcestershire sauce. That's hard to pronounce. Hard to spell. Huh?
Can you pass me the Worcestershire sauce?
Worcestershire sauce.
Are you having a stroke? No, the Worcestershire, which like they kept messing it up more and more. It's like, yeah, nobody knows how to pronounce this stuff.
Okay, we got possible Mandela effect here.
Yeah, the Kia logo is really odd. I own a Kia, and it looks really weird.
Oh yeah, with the
okay.
The
What's this one? Sandy?
You don't know, Teresa. We gotta go. We have to get. I'm not going to tell you. We're about to do it.
Oh.
Okay. I don't know if this is a Mandela effect, but I've never heard of this. And this info has been public knowledge for almost 20 years. Now, some people, again, in the chat knew about this, which blew my mind. Please tell me the name of the Sesame Street character.
It's obvious,
Blew
Sandy.
my mind that people knew
Fuzzy the
this.
bear, right?
You would think.
No,
Yeah.
it's obvious. It's Smokey the Bear.
Cookie
can say it.
Monster, Sandy.
Woolly mammoth.
Cookie Monster.
Mammoth.
He's my favorite.
Indiana
Oh
Jones.
God.
No, it's Chewbacca. Okay.
Marissa says Cookie Monster. Anita says Cookie Monster. Jeff
I say Cookie
Zanzibar says
Monster.
Cookie Monster. Lord
Celery
Frybrad Welcome
King.
says Cookie Monster.
Cookie Monster.
Philo says, I only knew it from you, Sandy Diva. High
was Cookie
Pockets,
Monster.
Cookie Monster. Jeff Zanzibar, again, Cookie Monster.
So what's his name?
Marissa, C is for Cookie. We're going to get to that. Let's let them answer. Boiling Frog says Cookie Monster.
Cookie.
Valley B.
good enough for me. Sorry.
Yeah, I always remember a Cookie Monster. I'm going to agree with the chat. Cookie. Me love Cookie.
Tammy Kimbrell, welcome, says Cookie Monster. Valley B says Cookie Monster. All right, we can move on. Well, of course his name is the Cookie Monster, but according to Sesame Street, his real name is Sydney Monster, or Sid for short.
Never knew he had a real name.
Thank
No,
you,
I
Eddie,
didn't
for
know that.
waiting. I appreciate that.
Do they ever
Big
mention
hugs
his
to Eddie.
name at all on the show like that? I've never heard him say it.
We're going to get to it. We're going to get to it. Like I said, it's been common knowledge for 20 years. Almost 20 years.
Sid?
So in 2004, I saw 2004 and 2007. So my theory is that it aired in 2004, but then in 2007 they did like a songs video or something, and that's why I'm seeing both years. But Cookie Monster revealed that back before he ate his first cookie, his name used to be Sid. Then he developed his cookie eating habit, and all the other monsters forgot his name, and it was just Cookie Monster from then on out. Which is sad. They forgot his name. So this is the flashback scene where he calls himself Sid.
I think I saw that.
His
I
name
think I
was
saw that
revealed
one.
in a, and yet you didn't know his name was Sid.
No.
His real name was revealed in a flashback to him as a baby, singing about his first time having a cookie on an episode of Sesame Street in 2004 or 2007.
Are you sure this wasn't covered by anyone else, Sandy?
Not that I could find. But wait, this is where it gets weird. This is where it gets Mandela-ish for me. And in 2017, during an interview, it was again confirmed that his true name is Sid. But even weirder was his tweet in August of 2010. This is the Sesame Street Twitter. Cookie Monster. Me wasn't born with the name Cookie Monster. It just nicknamed that stuck. Me don't remember my real name. Maybe it was Sydney. So even Cookie Monster forgot his own name. So anyhow, in August of 2010, that was tweeted by Sesame Street as Cookie Monster. And on March 13th, 2020, Dylan Halfley tweeted a reply to the tweet. At the time, how is it that this tweet is almost 10 years old with no comments? No one commented that his name was Sydney for 10 years. Does anybody find that fishy? That
Yeah.
for 10 years, this tweet, no one said a word about this. There were no replies to the tweet. But then after 10 years in 2020, there's now like 352 replies. Does anybody find that fishy? Because I find that so shifty. It's not even funny.
Yeah, that is odd.
So I said,
Ooh.
he tweeted his name, but there were no comments on the tweet for a decade, which is very shifty if you ask me. Even a tweet reply is baffled by the lack of comments at the time. So is this a Mandela effect? I'm going to let you guys decide.
Who found
Before
this one,
finding the
Sandy?
suspicious tweet, yeah. Before
Who found
finding
this
the
one?
suspicious tweet, I said yes. You asked if it was me. I said yes.
No, I said who
Before
found this
finding
one?
the suspicious, me, Brian.
Okay.
God.
And you also know that
Before
Cookie Monster
finding
has
this,
5 fingers, which is weird.
yeah, that looks weird. I thought it was 4. Before finding the suspicious tweet, I thought maybe, but now I do believe this could be a change. Either way, it's new to me, so I thought I'd share. Brian, if there's no name in the front, credit to whoever, it's me. It's always me.
Okay. Sandy finds a lot of them. But you know, when you find Mandela effects when you're not really thinking about it, like they just appear. You know.
It's usually
I've got to do
mid-conversation.
one. Huh?
It's usually mid-conversation.
Yeah, you know that just if you watch TV for just one whole day straight, you'll get bombarded by TV commercials, and what do you see? A lot of them are Mandela effects, or they'll quote something like Timmy fell down in the well or something like that. Like you'll be like, what? That never happened, you know. But here they are talking about it. So yeah, these things show up literally at your front door, you know.
Oh, I thought you were going to go to the relevant Mandela effect by Esther, but okay.
Oh, what was the man?
Okay.
No, what
It's
was
all
the
right.
relevant Mandela effect? Tell me.
The one that's Esther's in there.
Okay.
I give
It
you a
says
hint.
Esther.
Pink.
It's pink.
Oh, pink. Got it. It's color coded.
I don't know how she did it, but I'm guessing pink.
Yeah, it's pink. Is that your color?
Oh, it's not my color. It's the color of the thing that's Mandela affected.
Okay. So credit goes to Esther for this one. Do you see the screen?
Welcome, Dean Johnson. He says SID,
Yo,
a
Dean.
SID, short for security identifier, is a number used to identify user, group, and computer accounts in Windows. Thank you. Sorry, just wanted to get that out there. Good, Esther, you're up.
All right. The Fox TV series Bob's Burgers has recently changed for me, which is I can't flip the next page though. Which bunny ear hat do you remember Luis wearing? A or B?
So I want to see some A's and B's in the chat.
I love this show. I watched every episode at least 3 times. All 12 seasons. Oh. I'm waiting
Has it really been on that long?
Yeah.
It's been on 12 years? Oh my God.
12 seasons.
Wait, Bob's Burgers been on for 12 years?
Yeah, I just
Yeah, where have I been all this time?
Yeah, it's on Hulu, and I went on Hulu today. And I was like, how many seasons was there again? I couldn't remember if it was 12 or 13, and it was 12.
Well, you know, isn't it
I was thinking it was like 6.
what's that show?
Like
Seth
6.
Yeah, I
MacFarlane.
was thinking it was more like
What's
6
that?
or 7, but
What's that Seth MacFarlane cartoon?
Oh, Family Guy?
Yeah,
Family
Guy.
Guy, American Dad.
Huh?
Right, that's Family Guy. There's so many episodes.
There's like 16 seasons, I think.
Obviously,
All right,
Simpsons
so we
is
have
like the
Nancy coming
longest
in the
running.
chat.
I'm saying a lot of A's, a couple of B's.
Michael
Never seen
Fontaine is
Rabbit
an A.
Woman.
Jeff Sanzibar is an A.
Oh, she's just a little girl
Anita
that
is a
wears
B.
bunny ear hat.
Now, Sandy, you
High
obviously
Pockets
doctored
is a
up one of
B.
these, right? You doctored up one of them.
Yeah.
I did.
Okay, so
So
I'm gonna
High
go with
Pockets is a B.
I'm gonna go with
Tyler's an A.
the one I remember is A. Why?
William
What
to
is it
Meet Your
now?
Family says A.
What is it
Hold on,
now?
wait a second. Wait a second, really quick. Dean Johnson says Cookie Monster. Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, has devoured me. He has crushed me. He has swallowed me up like a monster. He has filled his stomach with my delicacies. Jeremiah 51:34.
Hmm.
Really good. That's a really good connection. The cookies of the monster in his stomach.
Yeah. My 16-year-old told
High
me. I was
Pocket
like,
says my 16-year-old told me, and High Pocket said B because the 16-year-old watches it.
yeah. Yeah, this one was weird because I
Okay.
literally working on a diamond painting and it has, yeah, it's always been B. She's always had little lines all the way from the very beginning, from the pilot all the way till now. She's always had those 3 lines on top and 3 lines on bottom.
Wait, hold on. Isn't that the mark? Like the 6?
Yeah,
Like
it's
6
weird. It's
lines?
like 6 6 6 6. So yeah, it's or actually it's 3 3 3 3. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, it is a little
Yeah,
odd
threes.
now.
Which is even more relevant. 3 3 3 3 3 3 is more relevant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
3 3 3 3. Yeah.
But yeah, 6 6.
Yeah, I'm like,
It's actually
nope.
666 if you count the eyelashes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I didn't think about
That
that.
is true. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, I was literally watching the show and it was fine. It was all pink, and then I looked away and I looked back and then I see lines on it, and I was like, oh wait, maybe it's just the catch of the light. And now I went back and I watched the episodes all the way from the beginning again, and they've always been there. And I was
I
like,
mean, do you know how, like, looking at the residue, Brian, can you go back for 1 second to the current reality of the red one? Go back
Okay.
slide.
Now,
There you go. Oh, actually, go back 2 slides. So you see in the bottom right-hand corner, no, right there, the bottom right-hand corner, it's an actual hat.
mm-hmm.
They added the black lines to the hat. It's not hard to add black lines to anything. You can stitch it, you can draw it. So I just want to point that out. Like, people might say, well, it's just easier to not put them on. It really isn't hard. So if you go to the green ones now, I purposely put a hat in there to show that some have lines and some don't.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
Yeah, I remember
Brian,
looking at
go
her ears
back to
going,
the
why
green
doesn't it have
ones.
the
yeah, what is it?
discoloration or anything? And
I said you can
now
go back to the residue.
they do look dirty now that they have black on them. They don't look right.
There's
Yeah, that's
several
it.
pages of residue there.
Uh-oh. I got a problem. Guys, just give you a heads up. I forgot when I took the good AirPod out, I forgot to put the bad one to charge. And it just died. And the right one's, the good one's probably going to be dying soon too. I may be AirPodless for a little bit. Just give you a heads up. Like for 5 minutes. If that happens, I'll just mute and you guys can read. Okay?
Huh.
All right. But there's a ton of residue of no lines at all.
Yeah, it looks so much better without the lines. So, I mean, there was occasionally like a line here and there, like if it was bent, but it was not covered in lines. And I was literally rewatching it the second time through about the 5th season when I noticed the ears changed. So, I mean, like I said, I watched all 12 seasons, and she's in every single one of the episodes. And then to rewatch it again and just, like I said, look away for just a few seconds, and I look back, and I was like, what am I looking at? Oh, it did not seem right. So
I'm going to interrupt for 1 second just to say, welcome R1 and welcome Raleigh. Sorry, Esther, go on.
Oh, no, that's fine. And your one, okay, you just said that. I was mispronouncing it. The pacifier. Yeah, I thought it was interesting too, with like the Funko Pops and stuff like that. And like, I think there was like a pin even. I remember I shared you a picture of a pin. Like there was like a pin that had the lines in the ears, and then a pin that didn't have it. So it was like, well, it's clearly some people remember it and some people don't, because it's not like it was any harder to put it on one pin and not the other. So it's not like it wasn't impossible or too hard to do.
No, it'd be super easy to print on some lines, or like I said, like in the case, even with the case of the socks, I could just print it on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Even
or
if they
you
just
really
put
want to
one or
get
two
fancy,
lines, just to
a
show
line
that it was,
stitch, really.
yeah. But having nothing at all, it's like I don't remember anything being there.
I don't either. I'm with you on this. Teresa, you're going to be up next. You there?
I know she's muted, but I would ask my brother, but he doesn't really believe in the Mandela effect. So I have asked some stuff in the past, though, like Adolf Hitler. I'm like, hey, but what color are his eyes? Brown? I'm like, no, they're not. I think they've always been blue. He's like, huh, okay.
They're just, it's like, oh yeah, you're right. They were.
Yeah, it's like, huh. And he just like kind of fluffs it off, and I'm like, okay, you don't really want to listen. And I went on a couple of other things, and he did the same kind of thing, and I was like, well, unless somebody's ready to hear it.
Teresa.
Oh, she's
okay.
Sandy?
Oh, there we go.
Sandy?
Yeah, there she is.
I'm sorry, I'm just starting to get a little tired. Do I have any I need to present? Starting to get tired. Okay.
You have a lot to present.
What is wrong with her?
Brian.
Yep. I'm here.
You want to put on one of Teresa's? She's getting tired.
I'm starting to get tired now, and I am drinking root beer.
Good.
Well, are you drinking it out of a square glass? Because
no, I'm not. I'm drinking out of a can, and I'm being careful.
If you drink root beer from a square glass, you're drinking beer.
Oh God. You're funny,
That's been squared.
No, you're not drinking beer, Brian. You're drinking square root beer.
Huh?
Well, you're supposed to have 3 squared meals a day, right?
That's right. That's right, Esther.
That's why I always have ravioli, waffles.
Hey, we got nothing but good vibes around here, okay? What were you saying about waffles?
All right, Teresa, you are up.
Well, they're square. So.
Product line that includes popular foot and hand creams named Healthy Feet and Working Hands. O'Keefe. And you guys fill that in. O'Keefe's. Hardworking skincare. How do you remember it being spelled?
In the chat.
Yeah. And everybody's heard of this before, hopefully, O'Keefe's. How do you remember it being spelled? No cheating.
Let's let the chat answer before we chime in, Anna.
Okay.
High Pocket says that's a great brand name though, Square Root Beer. Why did that hide? Did that hide because of Jesus? That's
What?
weird.
What happened?
Oh, I know why. Because it sees BLOWS up. It ignores the word balloons and sees it as something violent. It's just blowing up a balloon. That's what you do. You blow air into a balloon. YouTube hit the comment.
Yeah, we might as well say inflate.
Inflate, yeah.
Inflation.
Censorship is getting crazy.
So O'Keefe's, I'm guessing, has 2 F's and an E.
You remember 1 E and 2 F's, Brian?
Yeah.
Okay, the chat remembers. Jeff Zanzibar is OKEEFE''S. Mandana Mall remembers EEFES. Marissa remembers EEFES. Actually, they're all EFs. ES. I don't know why I said it that way. 'Cause there's no apostrophe.
I
Let's see.
don't really know. I'm having
Philo
like
is
dual memory.
EEF.
I'm having
Yeah,
a dual memory on
EEF.
this one, Teresa.
Okay. So wait, where was I? Philo remembers EEFES. Let's see. Anybody else want to chime in? All right, Teresa, you can go on.
Okay. We remember this company name as O'Keefe's, OKEEFES. But in this reality, it's always been O'Keefe's with 2 F's. Do you remember it having 2 F's? I sure don't, you know.
Oh, that's weird.
Good night, Raleigh. Thanks for coming in.
Good night,
Sorry.
Raleigh. Thank you.
Right.
So guys, you remember EEFFE? Because that's just weird. It looks way too long.
Yeah, it does look off for me.
Yeah, that does look weird.
I was watching a commercial the other day and I was like, no, that looks wrong.
Oh.
And here's some residue of what I remember and other people.
Yeah, unfortunately, I got dual memory. What about you, Esther? What do you remember?
I'm not 100% certain because I don't see it like a lot, but that 2 F's doesn't look right. It just looks like it's too busy. Like there's too many letters in that.
Yes.
And I say the same because it's too long. It looks too long.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it's something I do see occasionally at work, and I do see it. Like, I love to shop at CVS, but I haven't been there a lot lately. But it does look jumbled together. It's too many, especially when you see it all capitalized. It just
Yeah,
looks
so you're telling me now it's OK, O apostrophe K, EEFFE. So we got EEFFE apostrophe S. That's what it is
And
now. You're
Brian, can
saying.
you go back a slide for a second? Okay, so that one, the one on the top. This is a website that specializes in logos. They specialize in graphics. They're letting you know that they let you know when logos change. This is a new resource. We should be. I bookmarked it, but it's
Wait, what's
called
it called?
Brand New. They Brand New, and they show new logos and stuff for companies. Yet they're putting the logo up on purpose with a new logo, and they spelled it wrong. They spelled it with the one F, like we remember. Teresa, you got to stay awake. You got a new one to present that no one's seen before.
Okay. Sorry. I'm starting to get
Brian.
tired, guys.
I'm flipping through the residues. There we go. We're finished with that.
Sorry, I'm just starting to crash, guys.
Same here. It's getting on that 11. It's like 11:30 over here.
Brian,
Yeah.
Brian, the cold one. You got to do the red cold one.
Can't.
Oh, yeah, that's when we never got to, I didn't get to ever present yet, Brian. You're getting to see it first. Right? Or did you present it on Curious or Show?
And
We
which
did not.
one?
It's brand new.
Cold therapy.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yes.
cold therapy.
Oh, gosh. Sorry.
Oh no, you're gonna start making me yawn.
Sorry. A little bit more, Brian. This may be just info we have never heard of, but have you ever heard of Soviet cold therapy for infants and children?
I'm raising my hand and say, yes, I have.
Yeah.
Yes, I have actually. Actually, just recently. This literally just in the last year.
This practice began in the early 20th century, and there are reports that it continued throughout the late 1980s. It was mandated that infants and young children should get fresh air and sleep in the cold every day to help build a healthy immune system.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this is something I just learned like recently about. I think it was like all of that isolation stuff and all kinds of weird tangents that you go down.
What's it called? Cold therapy?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I don't remember who.
Children and under would have a recess outside as well as another recess to nap outside in the cold while the classroom was aired out a minimum of twice a day.
But does this cold therapy actually work?
I don't know, Brian.
From what I was reading, they were saying that I guess they were healthier children who got over sickness faster because the viruses were not able to breed and things like that in the cold. It was able to help. I don't know if it was kill off or just it wasn't able to breed out in because heat tends to make bacteria and viruses grow a little bit more than extreme cold or cold. Obviously extreme temperatures one way or the other would kill bacteria, but they found that putting someone out in a little bit colder temperatures helped stave off infection and things like that and help it slow it down, slow the spread.
Yeah, that's
right,
like
but this part.
Who was
this part
that?
here is crazy.
Tom Hefner was telling me about this guy who soaks his feet in the ice water, and doing that every day will help your immune system. I don't know. I've yet to try it. Like,
well, I know that there's now these, you can go in into these what do you call it? These little booth things, and it's like negative 43 degrees or something like that. You do it for like a certain amount of time, and they go in and they say that it's supposed to revitalize you.
Cryotherapy.
And yeah, that's something new that they've been doing. But yeah, I don't know if I'd ever want to do it. But I mean, there is that borderline though, where if you get cold for too long, obviously hypothermia and other things would set in. So you have to look at the risk as well as, the health of a person. So there is risk as well with that. So I'm not saying what they did was okay. Just
Hold on. I'm sorry, Esther. Brian, go back. Teresa still has to read that last one. You got to wait until
Oh.
she can read it.
Okay.
While the
Sorry.
children were bundled up for napping, a winter coat was not required unless it was a -4 Celsius over 24 Fahrenheit.
wow.
Because that's like the most important part right there is that the kids weren't required to wear coats and they would actually go outside as if it were summertime in the snow. Sorry, Esther, you gotta like watch Brian. If we keep talking, he will just skip over stuff without us reading it.
Many adults
Go on.
today who had grown up experiencing this Soviet mandate claim to still enjoy napping outside in the cold or next to an open window in the winter. Have you ever heard of this happening in the former movie?
Soviet.
Teresa,
What's wrong with Soviet Union?
What?
Teresa says
former
she's
Soviet Union.
surprised children don't succumb to the hypothermia, especially the newborns.
Mhm.
Where are we?
Gotta be careful with that. Yeah, you may be slowing the growth of bacteria, but you also might be causing another problem. You know,
Yeah.
so there is that. You do have to weigh those risks. And I mean, I think there's nothing wrong with if you're sick to maybe sleep in a little bit cooler room, not a cold room, but a cooler room,
Yeah.
as cold as you can stand it, kind of, to feel comfortable but not freezing. So, whereas, like, obviously,
Yeah.
if you're sick and you have a fever, you want to be careful with how cold you let yourself get. But you because obviously you would feel colder. But yeah, with that, I don't know if I would put a person out there in a cold on purpose for any length of time, unless they're like snowing, like skiing or sledding or something like that. So that would be.
Oh, just to be clear, this wasn't like to treat an illness. This was just a mandate that the Soviet Union put out saying that children need to get fresh air X amount of time per day and they need to take naps outside in the cold. And the classrooms needed to be aired out twice a day. It was just a mandate. It wasn't to cure anything. It was just believed that it would promote a healthy immune system.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't remember if it was like a research thing or if it was just they felt as though, this is a way that we're going to boost everybody's immune. I can't remember exactly the details, but I do remember, it wasn't like there was an illness sweeping through the town. They just, they were doing it to promote that,
Healthier lifestyle.
Yeah.
We'll say it that way.
I mean, I do remember seeing in different movies where they're talking about, get that icy air in your lungs and that's good for you. And so I think that maybe that's where some of those roots could be stemming from, as, these type of things that happened over in other countries. It's possible. So like I said, but I'd only heard about it after the whole COVID thing. So I never knew about it before 2019. So this is something that's new for me. So.
Welcome, viewer bird. Okay, so this one I edited a bit since last night because people weren't getting it, I guess. So I drew a picture there. In the 1980s cartoon, what color is Richie Rich's eyes? Not the pupil and iris, the large part of the eye. And I drew a picture. Can you zoom in, Brian, please, on the eyeball on the top right?
Oh. Okay.
What color there is Richie Rich's eyes? Not the blue and the black.
Were
What
they
color is that part of his eye
white? I would assume white.
specifically?
I would assume white, Sandy.
Okay, so white for Brian. I have white for Maddie. Bandanimal comes in with rainbow.
Ew.
Sandy loves rainbows.
Richie Rich is on psychedelics.
Sandy flesh color.
I don't remember white. I don't
No, I don't
remember
see flesh. I
anybody.
see blue. R1 says blue. Jeff Zanzibar says white.
Yeah, I guess.
Pink and purple. Pink and purple.
I guess you could say blue because Donald Duck and his whole family, they all had blue.
Yeah. Lord Frybread says blue.
Which is weird because seeing Donald Duck with blue
So
iris.
Teresa is correct. In my past, the eyes were filled in for the humans. They were all white eyes. But now there's no color. It's just a line drawing like Irona's. Do you remember it? Like this, with flesh-colored eyes. And the dog now has yellow eyes, by the way.
No, he's got
Just
jaundice.
pointing that out. Huh?
He's got jaundice.
He's got jaundice,
dog.
yeah.
He needs to stop drinking that alcohol.
He's got flesh-colored eyes.
Maybe
So
he's been
here
gold
is
bars.
residue of the whites, the eyes being white like I remember. Oh no, you already flipped it. Now you're on the current reality.
No, that's the current reality.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that looks
Brian,
so weird.
My phone shows a different slide than what's on the iPad.
Oh,
Yeah, that's right. She's a little behind.
that's the way it is now. And that's the way we remember it with the white in the eyes.
Yeah, you can actually tell he has eyes. All that white. That's just
All right,
weird.
guys, second question. What is the full name title that you remember for this cartoon, movie, and comic book character? Not the name of the cartoon, not the name of the movie. What is the name of the character that Macaulay Culkin played? What is the name of the character that you remember?
Oh, man.
Was it Richie Rich?
So Brian comes in with Richie Rich.
Man, I know it was Richie Rich, but I'm trying to think if he actually had a more proper name than that because I've watched the movie several times. Oh,
Stay here, Brian. I want to wait for some answers in the chat. Sorry, Esther, go on. What were you saying?
Oh, I was just saying that we love the part with like they made it like Mount Rushmore, but it was their faces instead.
Yeah.
We always love that part with the laser beam.
Go ahead, Sandy. I'm just thinking about we're 7 days away from Spider-Man: No Way Home.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm gonna go see it in the theaters, hopefully with some friends. I know that's one movie I don't want to watch by myself. Richie Rich the Third. Yeah, that's right. He was yeah, because he wasn't the first or second. Yeah, he was. I think he was the third.
Good night, Marissa. Thank you for being here.
Eugene.
Good night, Sandy.
No, not Sandy. Marissa.
No, I'm starting to doze off a little bit myself. What?
Well, we only have one more after this.
Me too, Brian.
It's one of the, we have to do the next one, the last one. It's good.
Brian, me too.
So after this one, there's one more.
Oh.
Just tell me when to flip it.
All right, guys, we're gonna go on. Okay, Brian. Richie Rich was one of my favorite comic books to read as a kid. And I loved the cartoon. I even had some Richie Rich toys at one time. Like the kind, like the money, like plastic money with the paper Richie Rich bills. I have never known that as Richie Rich, the poor little rich boy. Have you?
No.
Have you guys ever heard of that? Richie Rich, the poor little rich boy.
Hey, it was written by Cookie Monster.
Written by Cookie Monster. By Sid.
Oh, no, I don't remember the poor little rich boy. That's
You remember this?
Do you
or is
remember
this?
this, or is this a possible change for you too? It's on everything except the cartoons and movies, with the exception pictured above. They're advertising the cartoon, and it says Richie Rich, the poor little rich boy.
hmm.
So here is current reality of the poor little rich boy on comic books and toys. There's that money I was telling you about.
How could he be a poor? He's a poor little rich boy. What does that mean?
I think
How could he be
because
poor? How could he be poor and rich at the same time? I don't get it.
even though he's
Well,
rich, he didn't have like friends, and he didn't have like a real life. He was just he was rich. He was in a mansion.
he was rich with money but poor in other areas.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because I remember the movie was based on basically he had to buy his friends,
Isn't this
and that was the only way he could really get friends.
Richie Rich was around the same time as Dennis the Menace, wasn't it?
I don't imagine it was.
No,
Anybody
that's
remember
well the
Dennis the Menace?
cartoon, yes. The cartoon, yes.
Oh, Mr. Wilson.
All right, Brian, you're looking at 80s posters. That's the last folder.
Sid, he's also a sloth. Yeah, Sid the sloth.
Sid the Science Kid.
All right, well, first off, before I even read anything, let's look at this Laugh-In logo on the doors in the show.
What in the world?
You guys remember that? The
No.
LA, the HI, the G being closed off? Because I don't. There's multiple logos for Laugh-In, but I don't remember this one. And this is in the show on the doors printed.
Very interesting logo, especially for the day.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so here we go. Sometimes people complain about the little changes, but the fact of the matter is, no change to our reality is little. Whether big or small, each change should be impossible. Yet these things did change, so I believe it's important to share them all just in case. There is a meaning or a message in all of this, and Dean shows us that each time he's in chat. Go on, Brian. What may seem irrelevant or insignificant today could shed light on events to come, and ignoring new changes could cause us to miss something important. With that said, I found some new changes to movie posters, which may not seem like a big deal to us now, but they could end up being an important piece to the Emmy puzzle down the road. Now, if you look at Oxy, the stuff for your face, the X and the Y is merged. That's a 1990 something commercial.
That's
I
the
just want to share
said
those.
that the other the laughing thing was wrong. He owns the whole DVD.
Specifically, yeah. Terminator, Back to the Future, and 48 Hours. I've noticed changes to the graphics, not the logos, guys, the graphics. And I'm curious if there are changes for you too. And if you saw this last night, just answer what you originally answered last night.
Wait, are we supposed to answer something?
There's multiple questions. They're coming up.
Can I flip?
Yep. New format. Tell me if you like it. You can zoom out, Brian. 48 hours. What is behind the black box? Is it 1, a fist, 2, a gun, 3, a hand flipping the bird, or 4, a hand pointed like a gun? What do you remember on the poster for 48 hours? 1, 2, 3, or 4 in the chat, please. And if you don't know, that's fine. You can say don't know.
I've never seen this movie, believe it or not.
Yeah, I haven't
What'd you
either.
say?
But
I've never seen it. I've heard of the movie, but like I think I was a little kid when my parents were watching it, so it would have been like probably rated R or PG-13 at the time, and I wasn't allowed to watch it.
we have 2 and 3 so
Gotcha.
far. So either a gun or a hand flipping the bird. I'm not sure. Yeah, I mean, this isn't something I've watched.
Probably a hand flipping the bird, as interesting as that sounds. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna roll with that one.
Okay, Mandanimal says 2 or 4. Valley V says 1. We have all 4 answers in the chat. Right there, it should tell you this is
I said a
probably
badge.
Yes, and Michael Fontaine said a badge. I haven't changed it yet. I'm going to change it for Monday. I'm going to add a badge because that sounds right to me, but I don't have it there because something else also. My memory is something else, but now that he said a badge, I can see a badge too. So I'm going to say I have a dual memory with a badge now. But for me, if you said 1 or 3, you would have the current recall. Originally, the poster had Eddie Murphy flipping the bird. But to make the poster age appropriate in theaters, they made a closed fist version as well. So there was a closed fist, and there was him flipping the bird. And I don't remember that. I remember, next graphic, Brian. I remember I don't remember seeing either of those. I'm still on the small one. I'm waiting for it to turn. I remember 4, his hand pointing like a gun, similar to the other marketing graphics here. I remember him pointing at you with his finger. All right, question number 2. Back to the Future. What is behind the box, guys? This is the original Back to the Future poster. 1, 2, or 3 in the chat. Number 1, a blurred rectangular shape. Number 2, a DeLorean. Number 3, something pinkish that's unrecognizable. What do you remember? 1, 2, or 3 in the chat.
I remember 2.
So Brian remembers 2. Esther, what do you remember?
I remember DeLorean. You can see all the details.
Okay.
Number
So 2 for
2,
Esther.
Sandy.
2 for Teresa. I hear you,
2.
Teresa. 2 for Teresa. 2 for Valley V. 2 for Jeff Zanzibar. 2 for Anita. 2 for Mandanimal.
Yeah, just
Crypto
watch
says,
this.
if only I could find a blockbuster. Crypto says 2.
Peacock has it streaming for free, so if you want to watch it and you have it available.
Nice.
And you don't have to be listed. You don't have to be subscribed to Peacock because I'm not. And I watched about halfway through Back to the Future.
You just have to watch through the commercials, right? There's some commercials.
Yeah, there's a little bit of commercials.
Yeah.
Some of them have it at the beginning and some have it throughout it. It depends.
R1 says DeLorean. Philo says, I do recall the DeLorean with surrounding pink smoke. Okay.
Can I flip it, Sandy?
You can flip it. If you said 2, you'd be incorrect. It's actually a combination of 1 and 3, which are essentially the same thing. And this looks completely wrong to me. From the
Hold on, so it's-
windshield up, it looks like a DeLorean. From the windshield down, I don't know what that is. That does not look like a DeLorean. I don't see the tires. It does. I'm going to show you what it looked like to me soon, but that's wrong. Do you guys remember that pink shape thing? Because it used to look like that bottom image right there.
Yeah,
That is the musical that was canceled because of. And the top left is part 2. You can see the DeLorean clearly. I remember it looking like that bottom image, and
Yeah,
now I don't know what the heck that is.
That's freaky.
That's a melted car of something kind. I don't even know.
I don't know
Looks
what
like a
it
boat.
is. Yeah, it looks like not a DeLorean. It's like
Yeah,
not
that's
a
not.
DeLorean.
No, I remember it turned off to the side a little bit, and you could see a little bit of the inside of the car, even.
No, it's not an alternate choice. Can you go back again to the original? Go back, Brian. Go back to the question. Go back to the question.
I saw a
Can you zoom in
DeLorean
on that
today.
poster? Can you zoom in on the poster? This is the original poster, and I have another one. I don't know why I didn't use it, but it's autographed by the cast. The one autographed by the cast looks just like this, but you can see this is the one that was in theaters. This is the original poster in theaters. It's not an alternate. I swear to you. If you look up VHS boxes and stuff like that, you're going to see this cover. All right, Brian. Last question. Last one. I mean, I'll go to sleep. The Terminator. What is behind the box? 1, 2, or 3 in the chat? Do you remember black sunglasses? Number 1 with a red dot over one eye, or number 1 with a code over one eye? So
Black
obviously black
sunglasses.
sunglasses for all of it. So you
Sandy,
remember
black
number 1,
sunglasses.
black sunglasses.
Number 1
Okay.
for me, Sandy.
Number 1 for Teresa. What about you, Esther?
Remember black sunglasses with a little bit of like light shining off for them, kind of like a reflection, but that's all I remember. I don't remember any other colors. I just remember black with the shininess of the
So shiny black.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Okay. So in the
Like
chat we've got Jeff Zanzibar with a 1, Mandanimal with a 3, Valley with a 1, Philo with a 1, Crypto with a 1, Anita with a 1, High Pockets with a 1. All right, we can go on because we're all tired. We can go on. Hey, Unimatrix, welcome. Just in time for the last thing.
Gosh, I'm getting so tired that I'm looking at the Terminator and thinking I'm thinking it was ER at the end now.
Brian here
no,
hallucinating. Brian.
Yeah.
Okay, what?
You're hallucinating.
Okay. Yeah, well, I must be hallucinating too, because why is there a heart instead of a dot in his eye? Am I the only one seeing the heart in his eye?
There's never a heart.
There's a heart. It looks like a heart. Anyway, if you said 2, you are partially correct. Because some versions, no one said 2. Because some versions of the artwork did have a red dot over one eye. Go ahead, Brian. Except this one looks like a heart. Go ahead, Brian. But the original poster in multiple countries, including the United States, has the code CSM-101, which stands for Cyberdyne Systems Model 101.
It's weird.
Artist recreation shown for clarity on the left. Brian, can you zoom in on the glasses? I do not remember a code in the poster over his eye.
I don't either.
CSM-101. Never. Never. I have no memory of the model code for this being his glasses. They were just black or had the red dot. I have a dual memory. I've seen the red dot. I've seen no red dot, but I've never seen a code. So even like the board game up there on the top right has the code in the eye. And again, here's another heart in Terminator Judgment Day. Look at the heart. Why is that a heart?
Not to mention Judgment Day is spelled wrong. Judgment Day is spelled wrong. Yeah.
Because he loves Sarah Connor.
Here's residue of the dot.
Sarah Connor, come with me if you want to live.
But I've never seen a code in his eye.
Brian.
Yeah.
You have to say what the Terminator says in his accent when he lost it.
Get to the chopper. No, that was in
No, I'll be back.
I'll be back.
Back.
You know what's really interesting is you know how he doesn't say that anymore. He says I'll be back.
Yeah, he doesn't say it right.
Yeah, we covered it like 3 years ago.
I heard a radio commercial and they were talking about used cars like at Honda.
Uh-huh.
And when the girl that was in there, she said, "I'll be back," mimicking the
term. People remember it.
Yeah, everybody remembers it.
Uh-huh. Yep.
By the way, guys, this month is the 3-year anniversary of us streaming together.
Are you serious?
Yep.
And Sandy, don't forget about our anniversary of waking up 2 weeks before Christmas.
Sandy, I thought we started broadcasting in 2017.
Sandy.
Was it 2017? Oh my God, it was, wasn't it?
Brian, I woke up 2 weeks before Christmas time, which right now I think this is the week that I woke up.
Gosh,
5 years ago.
5 years, Teresa.
Yeah.
And we've known each other for like 4.5 years.
Well, when I woke up, I didn't know what to do. I was kind of freaking out and looking to find answers, and then I found a Facebook group, and I think that's where I found you at first, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it was Facebook groups. Yep.
Yeah, and then I found out you told me you had a show, and I didn't know that. Yeah, I can't believe it's been 5 years. Yes.
And Brian, you're right. My stepdad was alive. My stepdad passed away in February of 2018. So you're absolutely right. Uh-huh. It's been 4 years. So this month is the 4-year anniversary of us streaming together.
Well, for me, Brian, I think I streamed with Brian first, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it must have been 2018 because I think that was when I was going through my divorce. So, and I remember being like really like kind of cryptic about stuff. Because you know how people like to use things against you and stuff. Yeah. Because a lot of people think that we're crazy, and it's like, yeah.
I was shocked that I didn't even know what the Mandela effect was.
We're crazy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, my family literally was like, "What are you on? Let's go get you in a. Do we need to call help?" And I'm like, because I'm questioning like, why has something changed that I know that it's a cemented memory because I literally wrote the book myself. I'm like, what are you talking about? So.
What? Hey, Esther, what freaks me out is why only certain people see changes while others don't, and I don't understand that. Why were we selected?
I think it's more of we are willing to open our minds and be okay with something not making any sense, and we're okay with it. Compared to other people, it seems like they're just like, nope, I can't, because they're not. For some reason, they're just not open to it.
I think they're in shock.
Yeah, I think it's just they don't.
It's their brain. Their brain can't handle the changes.
Yeah, I mean, like
Like,
there was something that happened with my sister. Like my dad was trying to show her something, and she's like, "I can't listen to what you're saying because if I actually believed it, I would be like living the rest of my life in paranoia and all of that kind of
yeah,
stuff." She's like,
yeah,
"I just can't." She's like, "I sometimes we just have to not listen to it and shut it out for the sake of our own sanity." So I think some
yeah.
people are just not able to cope, and that's okay if that's where they're at in their life, but that's why I don't feel like pushing it on people. If they're willing to be open
It's
to it, then that's great, but if
it's opened my eyes, Esther, to a lot of things, and I've learned so much over the years.
yeah, I try to be
I think
careful.
it's a positive thing.
I try to express some stuff to people, and if they're willing to listen to it, then I'll talk about it. And as I have a friend now where it's like, hey, I was like, oh, that's so cool. It's like somebody close to me is actually like, in proximity that I can actually talk to. And we haven't really talked about Emmys yet, but it's
Hmm.
like we're going to hopefully in the future. But it's like, at least somebody in my area that, at least doesn't think I'm crazy for believing in the Mandela
I
effect.
think there's more people awake to this than we know of. I think a lot of people are really confused about what they're seeing, and they don't talk to anybody about it because they don't know what to do. They don't know where to go.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. I just showed my son the Back to the Future poster, and
Uh
he's like, "What?" He
huh.
didn't even recognize it.
It looks
I
so
mean,
weird.
he's detailed orientated. I mean, he's even more detailed than I am, and he's literally looking at it like it's a foreign thing. he's
That's
like,
awesome.
he's
But
like,
how many?
no.
Look how many Mandela effects there are for Back to the Future, guys. Now it's affecting the poster. You
Oh
know.
yeah, yeah. I mean, his outfit and the car itself, the
I can't
tires.
believe that.
Yeah,
So
The
is it
skirt. Don't forget the skirts
yeah.
on the girl.
hang on, is it the DVD cover as well? That's changed to Back to the Future 1? Or is it only the poster?
I don't know,
I'm
but I
sorry,
looked
what were you
this more
saying, Brian?
often.
Okay, so is the change with the car being like that, is that on the DVD box as well?
I will go double check for you.
And we had a couple comments in the chat
Uh,
for the Michael Fontaine. We did not notice it. Like it was just I didn't notice it. Did you guys notice his logo? Like he found the original. Looks like
Oh, it
the
is on the
Fruit
VHS.
of the Loom.
It's on everything, Brian. VHS,
Uh,
DVD.
no, it wasn't like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
oh wow.
that looks weird. It almost looks like a Rolls Royce that's been burned.
Or like a bumper car.
Yeah, it doesn't look right. It just, oh,
Well, keep in mind we don't just come to present effects. We also come here in fellowship, and we appreciate you guys coming. So thanks to you all for participating in the chat, and for those who wish, you can come back. We'll have plenty more chats. There'll be plenty of other times to make comments. But have a
it's
great
French.
Mandela Effect night, and God bless everyone. Okay,
Good night, everyone.
Please
Thank you
hit
for
like
coming.
on your way out.
Yes,
stay
thanks.
safe out there.